Hey guys, Scotland's Football here, back with another video, and today's video is on the Premier League as the Premier League 2022 to 2023 season is back, and I'm going to be predicting every team from bottom to top this season as the season has finally arrived. Season starts in 3 days' time, all the games on Saturday and the first game's Friday, and that's in 2 days' time. So first I'm going to start off in 20th place, and that's Bournemouth. New promoted Bournemouth that have come up. Scott Parker being is the manager, former Fulham manager. They brought in only three players, one being a free agent and two transfers: Ryan Fredericks, Joe Rothwell, and Marcus Davenir. Decent signings, but I don't know whether it is enough to keep them up because all their squad players they currently got, they were good in the Championship. It depends if they're going to be any good in the Premier League. Like personally, with Scott Parker's record as when he was Fulham manager, where the first relegation wasn't his fault, but the second was he got to take a bit of blame on there. That's why I don't think Bournemouth are going to survive due to his record. But we'll soon see. When Eddie Howe was there, he kept them up a few times. So right to 19th place now, we've got Fulham. I think you all expected me to put them there. The last twice they have gone down and Scott Parker, but this time it could be different as they got a new manager, Marco Silva, who brought them up, and he's got experience in the Premier League. And so with Everton and Hall, he has. He did a great job in bringing him up. I've never really rated him that much, but with a new manager, and just thinking he might be able to do something different. Fulham have actually signed a few good players. They signed Gel Paulinia from Sporting. They've also signed Andrea Pereira from Man United. And they've also signed Bern Leno. I think they also signed Kevin Mbabu from Wolfsburg, but the downside is they've lost Fabio Carvalho to Liverpool. I don't think he'll play that much at Liverpool, but he is an exciting player. I think it's a massive loss for Fulham. Fulham could stay up this season. They've brought in a few good players, and they just need Mitrovic to turn up this season. When you will see last season, he scored all of the goals, about 35, top scorer in the Championship. But it depends if he turns up in the Premier League, though. That's a big question. So it could be different, but I just think they might. Right, Fulham can't afford to do it a third time, though. But they have got somebody else in Charles now, so it could change. On to 18th place now. This was a really, really hard one for me to predict, actually, because I just didn't know who to go down. I've gone with one from last season that just about survived, and that is Leeds, who are going to go down. They've lost Calvin Phillips. They've off to Man City. They've off Rafinha to Barcelona. Two massive losses. And when they were both there, they just about survived. Yes, they have brought in a couple of other players, but I just don't know whether that is enough to keep them up. And the defence is terrible. They can't defend Leeds United. Those two players that left are two massive losses. They signed Luis Sinsteria from Feyenoord, and they've also signed someone from Man City, Gwabi. He's some youngster, I imagine. Ramos Christensen and also Mark Roca. I think he might have signed centre back here or something, but two massive losses. I just didn't know who to go down, so I just put stuck Leeds in there. To be honest, I just stuck Leeds in there. Right, on 17th place now. I put Southampton. This is going to surprise a few people, but I put them there. They haven't done much business so far. It's been pretty limited, but personally, I think Southampton will be all right. On to 16th place now, another tough one for me to decide, but I put Everton there. They just about survived last season. Yes, he's gonna need time. And the club, he did a good job on keeping him up last season. He got experience. He could experience Frank Lampard. He played in the Premier League, been at Chelsea. I know they have lost Richarlison, which is a massive loss for them. Because last season, if it wasn't for Richarlison, they probably would have gone down. But they have brought in Ruben Vinagre on loan from Sporting, former Wolves player, if you all know. They brought in Dwight McNeil from Burnley. I don't know if, he didn't score a goal in the Premier League last season. He won a assist. Not sure about that one. But they have signed James Tarkowski from Burnley. Banks of experience in the Premier League. He has. He's a great signing. That is a fantastic addition for the club. So personally, I think they'll be alright, personally. 16th place. On to 15th place now. I've got Nottingham Forest. I could have possibly put them a bit higher with the signings they brought in. But I just thought there's a few other teams that have finished a little bit higher than Nottingham Forest. They've done a fantastic amount of business. They have. After he's turned them around there massively, he has, Steve Cooper. When he joined, Chris Hughton was in charge. They were bottom of the league, and I don't think he picked up a single point. But now they've signed Dean Henderson on loan from Man United. Dean Henderson came out a few days ago and said Man United gave him promises, and he's really let down by the club for not playing for about 12 a year. They've brought in Tawi Awonyi from Union Berlin. I don't know who he is, but they have brought in somebody from Mainz, Musa Nikita. They brought in Omar Ritchie from Bayern Munich. He's played in the Championship at Reading, and he played at Bayern Munich last season. They signed Nico Williams from Liverpool, youngster on loan at Fulham from last season. He should get game time there. Wayne Hennessy from Burnley forward backup keeper. I don't know if he'll play all the time with Dean Henderson there now, but it's a good replacement for Bryce Samba, who left, which I didn't really expect after winning the game for them. They signed Harry Toffolo from Huddersfield, Lewis O'Brien for Huddersfield. Two massive losses for Huddersfield, but they played Huddersfield last season. He obviously took some interest on both of these two players. And the massive one we haven't got on to yet is Jesse Lingard, on a free agent from Man United. He didn't play at all last season at Man United, but if he would have done, he's a really good player. It's a massive loss out for West Ham, though. It really is. They're going to be gutted, but Lingard, he's only on a 1-year contract, though, isn't he? That's in the event of Forest going down, of course. But 15th, I think they'll be alright. Right, 14th place now, we've got Brentford. I think they'll finish around where they finished last season, one lower, because they have lost Christian Eriksen, but he was only on a 6-month contract. Brentford are a really well-run club, they are, by their owner. So I think they'll be alright. If Ivan Toney can keep up his goal scoring record, that would be really good for them. I don't know which players they have brought in, to be honest. They brought in Lewis Potter from Hull. It will be interesting to see how he plays. And a player from and they have brought in somebody from Lazio, and Aaron Hickey. I don't know much about him, but he's from an Italian club. So they have gone out invested in some players, but I think 14th, they'll be happy with that. Next, I'm on to 13th. I've gone with Aston Villa. Maybe that's a bit arse there, considering they signed Coutinho. They have signed Coutinho on a permanent now, which is a massive signing for them. I think you'll all be very, very surprised at that. I think they've signed Robin Austin on a permanent from Roma. They've also signed Diego Carlos and Kamara from Marseille. It'll be interesting to see how they got on. I thought I could have put them a little bit higher though, but since getting back in the Premier League, they've often had mid-table finishes, apart from that season where he just survived when he came up from the Championship. Next, to go on to 12th, and that is my team, Wolves. Last season, I don't know how we finished 10th with the goals we scored, and the limited business again. This season, we got 3 days to get a striker in, and we're going into the first game at least without a striker because Fabio's now out on loan at Anderlecht. Raul Jimenez is out for the first few games with an injury, I believe. Honestly, Dean Foes have not realised that they haven't done much investment. They have signed Nathan Collins, good centre back from Burnley, and they signed Hwang Hee-chan on on a permanent from Leipzig. But I don't think they're both enough. We need maybe we should have kept Fabio May just in case. I've never liked him really. I never think he's good enough. But personally, we still have kept him as backup. That's probably one of our mistakes. But he's definitely not 40 million though. There are rumours with Ben Brereton coming, but I don't know whether he's a Premier League quality though. The club we missed out on Paul Lenius at Fulham. It's embarrassing. I'm not really surprised really, but it is embarrassing we lost out to a club that could come up. But that is a really good signing for Fulham though. We've gone until the 31st of August until the window ends, but honestly, if Fosen don't have any interest in the club anymore, then just sell. They did a great job in getting the club up, bringing the club up to the Premier League, and also getting them into Europe and top 10 finishes. But I just think they've gone all quiet now, and they've got less interested as time has gone on ever since Nuno's left. 12, I could have probably put us lower, but I just think we will finish. We are slightly better than some of the other teams. So 12th place. I think you'll be pretty surprised to put Wolves over Villa, but I just have, as most of the seasons since Villa have come up, we've been higher than them. Right, next signing now, we've got Crystal Palace. They've got some really good players, but they're not getting Conor Gallagher back, which is a massive loss. He was on loan at Chelsea. That is a big loss for him. Big loss for them. But he has signed Sam Johnson from West Brom, though. I imagine Sam Johnson, he didn't want to keep playing the Champions League club. He wants to challenge himself at a higher level, doesn't he? He's not very popular to the Wolves fans. He's not really that popular to me, but that is a good sign. He is a good goalkeeper. He's actually quite a good signing, really. They have signed Koyate from wait a sec. I think he's left actually. I think I read the wrong thing. And he signed someone called Chris Richards from Bayern Munich. Some really good signings there. Only 2, but they have got a lot of quality in their squad though. So I think 11th will be a really positive season for Crystal Palace. Next, onto the top 10. In 10th, we've got Brighton. They finished 9th last season. Have one of their best seasons. They did brilliant. They're a really well-run club, and I was quite surprised when they finished that season, considering they were always in the bottom half. But they're a good side, Brighton. They have lost Jens Basuma to Tottenham, but all clubs eventually lose players, and they'll probably be able to fix these replacements. But what I've seen so far, they haven't signed many players, but they've definitely got the depth. They've definitely got the depth in their squad to do well. They've signed some player here, but I don't know if from Paraguay. I don't know what his name is, but they signed somebody from Ivory Coast. But I was just seeing they signed him, but he's now sent him out on loan somewhere. They haven't done much business, Brighton, but I think they'll be alright in the top 10 with the quality they have. Right, to 9th place now, we've got Leicester City. Of course, not finishing in Europe this season. They got another season to recover and try and focus on the Premier League to get into the Europe for next season. But today, just as I was doing the video, Kasper Schmeichel has gone to Nice. He has been a great servant to the club, though. He's been there since 2011. And the guy is about like 35. He wants to end his career somewhere at another club, somewhere smaller. It'd be nice if he could end his career in the Premier League. But he's decided he hasn't. But to be honest, Leicester haven't done that much business, and there's now rumours that that James Maddison could go to Newcastle. They're pushing for it. Newcastle, the amount of money they're spending now with their new Chinese owners. They're not Chinese, Asian owners. These I don't know if they're Asian owners, but they are actually the Saudi Arabian owners they are. So I think Leicester will be okay, but they haven't done much business so far. But neither have Wolves. Right, to 8th place now. We've got Newcastle. They have made loads of signings. They will probably push for the top 10 this season. That's why I put them in 8th. And he did really well in the end. And Eddie Howe, he's done really well here, as with his assistant there as well. I can't remember his name, but he was with him at Bournemouth. But let's just go through all the players Newcastle have signed, though. They have signed a lot of great players. That's why I think they'll push on this season. Now they've got Nick Pope from Burnley. He's got great Premier League experience. They signed Matt Targett from Villa, who they had out on loan last season. Sven Botman from Lille. And they've signed, I think he's got Bruno Guimaraes as well, who they signed from Lyon. And also the rumours that James Maddison could also join there as well. So a lot of great signings going and money going into the club there. I put them 8th, but I think that'll be a very good season. That'll be a really good season compared to where they have finished. I think they are the richest club in the Premier League, a richest club in the world. I'm not quite sure at this takeover. So right, to 7th place now, on to Europa Conference League spot, and I've put West Ham. They had a great season last season with the likes of Bowen, Declan Rice, Antonio being up there again for scoring. They have signed Alfonso Areola from PSG and Aguiard from Rennes, and they have signed some Swansea player they have, but I don't think he'll get many games. And someone from Salosso in Italy. But I've got to say, it's a massive loss for West Ham, and a massive steal from Forest on getting Jesse Lingard ahead of West Ham, though. That's a massive miss out for West Ham. Right, to 6th place now, we've got Arsenal. They've signed 2 good players. They have signed Gabriel Jesus. He's not the best striker. He's not the best striker out of the rest of them, because there are some better than him. But he will be a good replacement for Lacazette, though. And of course, Aubameyang went in January. 2 good strikers that went. I think he'll be there to support Eddie Nketiah, because Eddie Nketiah's only young and he can't do it on his own. And he also signed Zinchenko. He's a backup. They've got Tierney there as well, haven't they? So both signings they've got from Man City. 2 clubs. I've been hard where to put this. I put them in 6th. They could possibly be higher. It was a massive race and battle between Tottenham and Arsenal towards the last season, who got the Champions League, and it was Tottenham and Arsenal got Europa League. They're back to European football this season, Arsenal are. So 5th, we're on to Man United. I could put them in the top 4, but in Erik ten Hag's first season, I think that they could finish 5th. First, they need to try and get back in Champions League and have a really good season. He's a good coach. He's been at Ajax and got them to the Champions League final once. Maybe I have been a bit arse, but because they have brought in some really good. They have brought in some really good players. They have they signed Lautaro Martinez. They've signed Christian Eriksen. Some really good players. And he signs Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord. Yes, they've lost some players, but they found replacements as well. But there still is the uncertainty whether Ronaldo is staying or going. No, he wants to leave. He wants to play Champions League football. There is the question: has he had a negative or positive impact on United? Personally, he was their top scorer last season, so yes. You can't say one player had a negative impact on the club, because he knows where the goals is. He's a goal scorer. He's a machine. So Man United 5th, could possibly be higher. Next one I'm on to is 4th, and that is Chelsea. They have lost a couple of players. Well, Lukaku didn't work out for them, and it didn't work out for the club. It didn't work out for him. They have lost a few players. Which I'll just go through with you now. But the two signings that are really good are Raheem Sterling from Man City and Koulibaly from Napoli. 2 really good signings. Yes, Lukaku's gone out on loan to Inter, but I don't think he ever wanted to play at Chelsea anyway. I don't think the fans even wanted him ever there either. Yes, they've lost Christian. They lost Rudiger to Real Madrid and Eric and Andre Christensen to Barcelona, but they have found replacements as well. Therefore, I think they're going to finish 4th. Third one I'm on to next to, which is a surprise here all. I've got Tottenham Hotspur Spurs. Because usually I wouldn't do this right, but I'm surprised it's higher than Man United and Chelsea. But you've got to look at the amount of business Tottenham have done over the window. They possibly have one of the best windows they have. They have signed 3 to 4 starters at back. They have signed Jed Spence from Middlesbrough, Clement Longley from on loan from Barcelona, Jens Basuma from Brighton, Richarlison from Everton, Ivan Perisic from Inter Milan, and Fraser Forster as a backup keeper from Southampton. They've done really good business. If they don't finish in the top 4 of that, I'll be very, very disappointed. But I think they'll do quite well. The next one is the top 2 now between Man City and Liverpool. Second, I have put Liverpool. Yes, they can push for the title. They have signed some really good. They have signed some really good players. They have, like Fabio Carvalho from Fulham. He signed winger. I don't think he'll play that much, but it's still a good option. They signed Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen. They signed Darwin Núñez from Benfica, who really did impress in the FA Community Shield game the other day. They've lost Sadio Mane. That is a massive loss for them. That is. But he was very loyal to them. He just wants to re-challenge himself away from the Premier League. But the Bayern Munich, that league, it is a bit of a farmers' league though. So I think he'll find it easier than it was at Liverpool. So on to first now. It's Manchester City. I think they're going to win it again. It will be. But Liverpool has got the quality to win it as well, though. They'll keep going for it. The reason why this is because Man City have got possibly one of the best exciting strikers in the world, Erling Haaland from Dortmund, and they've also signed Calvin Phillips from Leeds. Not sure how he'll get on, but it's still a good signing. Man City are literally almost buying the league. Yes, they've lost Sterling. They have lost there's off Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, but he found replacements for it. But it's going to be a very thrilling and exciting ending to the Premier League season. Who wins it, like? So right, I'll wrap this video up now. So if you did all enjoy this video, do give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, and do turn your notifications every time I make a video. Can't wait for the Premier League season to get started. I bet you can't either. But I'll see you in the next one. I'm probably going to be hopefully doing Premier League home and away kits or getting onto the Championship away kits. But I'll just see how it go and give me time because I need to do one at a time. Thank you thanks for watching to my videos, guys. Thank you very much for watching today. Bye everyone.